So let me explain something. So there's a difference between a need and a want. You don't need to know my situation because guess what? You would like to know my situation. If you would like to know my situation, I would like to know how can you help me get out of my situation. Right now, I'm going through a little bit of a lot. In what way can you help me if I explain to you everything that I'm going through or what led me to like I'm just trying to figure out. I don't do story times. What I do is I tell y'all the shit that I go through. That's real. That's just unfiltered. That's unscripted. That people not gonna tell y'all. But I'm never gonna give you a story time on my life or what I've been through or what I why. So you can judge me from that. So you could talk about me to the next person who ain't shit. Fuck. What the fuck do I look like? So let me explain something. So
Well, nah, just keep your story. We good. It ain't that deep. We'll be all right. Will you be all right? Because you talking like what Trump say? Like you got all the cards. This is crazy, and you'll find this a lot, man. Some people they be in the worst situations, but they be the most arrogant and the most like cocky. Like I don't know if this is a woman or a guy, but they popping they ish like you know what I'm saying? Like they're a celebrity or something. Like it's really that deep. Are you that self centered to where you think we want to hear your story that bad? Like you're trying to charge for us to hear your story when you could literally like if you need some help, just say that. You could literally just be humble and just say, just ask. Like I'll tell my story or whatever the case. But you could even just reframe it. Like y'all are acting like y'all want to hear my story and you feel bad for me, but I'm down on my luck. Is there anything y'all can do? But she's saying it this is this is the new Doom Marvel movie that we just have to have. Y'all, we if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also if you could hype.
My son and I are currently staying at a shelter in Dallas, Texas, and it is not what I imagined that a shelter would look like. So I wanted to give y'all a brief
Oh
tour.
wow.
First and foremost, the shelter is actually a hotel that was renovated, which is why the rooms look like hotel rooms. So unlike what they show on TV, we actually have our own room with our own little
That's a
kitchen, our own
shelter?
little bathroom, our own little area. It's basically like a studio apartment. From day one, they had already had the things in the room that
Look. She's smiling from ear to ear. Did you see that? When you ever seen somebody in the shelter smiling from ear to ear like that? Hold on.
our
Look at
own
that.
little kitchen, our own little bathroom, our own little area. It's basically like a studio apartment. From day one, they had already had the things in the room that we needed, such as plates, toiletries, toilet tissue, bath products, laundry products, whatever you need. But let me tell you about one of my favorite things at the shelter. Crock Pot Tuesdays. It's when volunteers from an organization give each family their own crock pot, the recipes, and the ingredients for their week. And on top of that, they serve and prepare us a meal that same day. The shelter is for families, so they always have activities going on. So believe me when I say me and my son are never bored. From the staff to the volunteers, they have truly made one of the most stressful times in my life at the same time be one of the most joyous times in my life. Being here has pushed me to become more intentional, present, and connected with my son than ever before. Because as the saying goes, home really is where the heart is. My son and I are currently
Wow, that's actually incredible. That is incredible. I didn't know shelters could be like that. That's basically like a hotel. I wouldn't be surprised if they have room service come make their beds for them when they leave or in the morning as well. That's crazy. Do they got concierge? And here's the thing. I'm happy for her. But when you discover that that's what the shelter is and it's really not that bad, I'm just trying to think of the domino effects that can come from that because now it's like, shoot, the shelter ain't that bad. I'm seeing more and more people end up in shelters. And when I really reflect on it, these shelters really don't seem that bad. So then it's like when you're deciding, not all, but in a lot of cases, these things come down to decisions. When you're like, am I going to take that trip to where I don't know where my next check is coming from, but I just really want to go on this trip for the weekend and I'll just figure it out. And then you don't figure it out. And then you just be like, well, it wasn't that bad anyway because I knew I could just go stay at the hotel shelter anyway. You know, listen, I'm happy for her that she was able to find somewhere stable. But then it makes me wonder, is this going to end up like Section 8? Are people going to get these hotel rooms and never let go of them and have them for decades? And now the next person that needs to come in the shelter isn't going to be able to come to the shelter because it was just so sweet and people start taking advantage of it. That's how it happens.
Me out of this shelter. Okay, let me give y'all an update on my fucking life. I told y'all I was gonna give y'all an update. Bro, it's been fucking ghetto as fuck. I've been in the middle of the motherfucking ghetto of LA in this fucking shelter. They don't like me, bro. Nobody in that motherfucker like me. They all just hate me. And at the end of the day, it's like I was talking to one of the girls and I guess the staff was like, oh, don't take no advice from her. Huh? Then I was talking to somebody else. They told us we can't even be in each other motherfucking room. Huh? Then I had the light on. They told me I can't have the light on. What? Then I took a motherfucking shower. They talking about something. I can't take no shower at that.
Yeah, you can't. You ain't finna be running up these bills that you ain't paying for. Yeah, turn the light off. You won't pay that bill. It's just like when you was at your parents' house. Stop. What you got the light on, you ain't using it. Yeah, you're not paying bills. You don't expect nothing to come from that. You just think you're going to be in the shelter just doing what you want to do. And then she's trying to give advice to the younger generation. All I got to do is take one look at her and I can tell, don't listen to nothing she says. So I'm glad the shelter person told that young lady, listen, this is not who you want to be role modeling. Do not take any advice. I can already tell just the way she's talking, that thing in the middle of her forehead. I can tell from everything that, yes, do not try to take no life advice from this person. And she's trying to give advice to the younger generation.
Time. Excuse me? Wait a minute. My light was on. I'm like, I'm breastfeeding my baby. Oh, but you need to move your car. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Just walk down the motherfucking street, huh? Oh, and then I'm close by Fig. Great. So prostitutes just walking around. You know what? It pisses me the fuck off that a mother is trying. And you know what? I'm just giving the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, I climbed through my fucking window in my bucket. Everything done broke the fuck down to get in the...
And now you see the context clues was right. Look at how she communicates. Every other word is an F word, is an F bomb.
The fucking car, I have to climb through the window. So by the grace of God, I found somebody. Well, somebody found me at the gas station and was like, I could get you approved for a car. I said no, because my credit is fucked up. No, let's run it. No. I told him no. He told me yeah. I told him no. He told me yeah. I said, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to go. Why I get approved for a 2025? Like a brand new car with 15 miles on it. Wait a minute, what? So if you see me speeding in that motherfucking Kia, that's me, bitch. Then two, it pisses me the fuck off because it's like, bro, God, get me up out of this shelter, because if my credit done went the fuck up, I'm in the 600, 679 and shit. If my credit done went the fuck up, please let me just get out and get an apartment. Let me get approved. That was the only reason why that I was in the shelter in the first place, because everything was fucking stopping me. And I'm just so motherfucking... My mental health is really getting me. I want to show y'all how I live, and I'm going to show y'all how I live, because I'm getting the fuck up out the shelter. I mean... I need to leave by the first. I cannot do this shit. I cannot do this shit. I cannot do this shit. I gotta fucking leave. I gotta fucking leave. I got to leave now. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking up my life, bro. It's fucking up my head. Like, they don't like me no way. I need to be liked. I need to be loved. I need some love. Like, I give out all the fucking love. I don't get nothing fucking back. I guess I'm done. That's my life update.
Be likable. It's just that simple. And now you see why she don't need to be giving no advice. And that lady, see, the way that's why you can't just take what people say on face value, especially if they're the person in the situation, so they're going to be biased on their own behalf. That woman really saved that young girl that this woman was trying to give advice to. You trying to give advice and you was influenced by some random stranger at the gas station to go buy a new car. That you're buying a 2025 and you live in a homeless shelter. She bought a 2025 Kia using credit just because she found out her credit. All these external things are driving her decisions. She has no plan. She's just a feather in the wind. And every time she just gets some new external information, she just runs with it immediately and doesn't even evaluate whether it's actually a good long-term decision to make. And she's trying to give advice. Ma'am, you're impulsive and you're short-sighted. So you don't need to be giving no advice. You need to be getting some advice and not getting some advice from random dudes at the gas station.
So ridiculous, guys. I've been here since 8 p.m. It's now almost 4 in the morning. When I got here, they told me that they didn't have any beds available and that there will be a van ready to come pick me up to take me to another location where they will have a bed available. And look, it's been hours and I'm still here waiting. At this point, I just laid myself on the floor and I'm just trying to get comfortable because I'm like really tired. I have gotten no rest. Guys.
If you're on a mobile device, his caption says recently home from jail and trying to go through the shelter process. So this is the first dude we done seen in a long time trying to get in the shelter. And you see, he this is how dudes get treated when they try to go to the shelter. They got to lay on the floor in the lobby.
I just laid myself on the floor and I'm just trying to get comfortable because I'm like really tired. I have gotten no rest. Guys, I just came home from jail. And this is just so crazy, so inhumane. What do you guys think I should do? And I'm hungry at that. I asked them for something to eat. They said they don't have any food. And also, I asked them if I can use the bathroom, and they said they wouldn't let me go inside and use the bathroom because I don't have a bed at this location. But my paperwork says I belong in this location, so.
And his paperwork
This is just
said
crazy. This is the day in life for your boy Ralphie. This is so ridiculous, guys.
Everybody wants equality till they need to go to the shelter. Then no, I want to get in before him. This brother can't even use the bathroom. Ain't that something? He can't even go to the bathroom. I wish he'd have said what he was in jail for. Why you recently home from jail? What did you do to go to jail? You're young. See, these young dudes just be ruining their lives. I see some young dudes like they want to get the mugshot. That's like their graduation picture because it's going to be on their album or their mixtape. Because a lot of the young guys, they want to be rappers. And so that mugshot is going to serve as a form of street social proof that will then give them instant credibility among the masses in their mind. But this is the other side that you don't think about. The real life logistics that you have to deal with. I've never seen a job application that didn't ask if you're willing to undergo a background check. Listen, there's people where it's hard enough right now to find a job as it is. People getting laid off every day. You don't need anything on your record that could disqualify you as a candidate. And I would argue that's probably the situation that this young dude is in. And so it's tough for him. As well as it's possible that when he got approved to stay in the shelter. Maybe when they found out he was in jail, maybe they didn't trust him. Who knows? Because he said he has paperwork where that's where he's supposed to be. But this stuff follows you. Your reputation follows you. You got to be very careful about the decisions that you make. And sometimes you just got to let things slide and just move on.
Management told me I had a 10-day eviction, so why not take my baby to Chuck E. Cheese?
What? Hold on.
Look like this.
She said, hold on, let me read the caption because, okay, it's nothing really in the caption. It says 10-day eviction notice with no paper notice, but we outside, honey. That's what her caption says. And she even said it at the beginning. We're going to address that in a minute, but let's watch another clip.
So that is life at the shelter. We have officially been there for a week this year. So I don't know. I'm not feeling it because I'm not really excited about being back in the city of Houston. It just be too much fucking going on. And then I don't want to change my baby's school. So with that being said, I'm going to be looking for past the options. It is what it is. And unfortunately, my situation is what it is. And it's got to be this until I get to where I got to go. I did want to stay at the shelter because they are supposed to help you with transitional housing, but the people at the shelter seem real standoffish with me. They make it like, I don't know, like I'm a snob and bitch, I'm homeless. No, y'all, but this is literally the hardest thing in my life. Like when I say Job season, okay? When I say Job, when I say Job, you say Job, okay? This is the hardest thing in my life, and I don't know. Like It's like I want money to solve the problem, but at the same time, I don't know.
Okay, a lot of people have been asking me, how can you get into a homeless shelter? Where do you need to go? Who do you need to call, etc.? And I'm just here to let you guys know to call your local homeless hotline and pray that you get through to somebody that is actually going to listen to your story, find you somewhere to go, and if not, place you on a waiting list. You have to be persistent and consistent and actually have a story. Get on that phone and cry.
What?
Cry, scream, yell, do what you gotta do. Sell it.
That's probably what happened to that other dude that just got out of jail. He told his story, and he probably waited on the list. He probably got on the list while he was still in jail. So he was able to wait it out. And then when it was finally his time, they had an emergency skip ahead of him because they got on it was somebody like her got on the phone, started screaming, yelling, crying. So he got there. They said, "Yeah, sir, something came up. We're not going to be able to squeeze you in right now. We had a much bigger issue come down, and we had to help them." That's probably what happened. And the whole time they faking it. That's crazy. That's how you skipping the line. That's how you skipping the waiting list.
Because a lot of people aren't really listening. They're listening, but they're not really listening to listen. And I've seen with my own eyes spaces available for people and people get turned down. And it's just like, is everything okay in here? Not speaking for the space that I'm at right now. But yeah, that happens. So you have to be persistent and consistent when trying to find somewhere stable to be. My life is like a fucking Tubi movie. And what I'm going through is actual and factual. So I don't know. I know times are challenging right now for everyone, and everyone isn't in their right mind state, and it's really hard, but stay persistent and stay consistent and just pray that you're going to get somewhere safe and stable, and just know that you're going to get somewhere safe and stable to be. I'm praying for everybody that's experiencing homelessness, because this is not nothing to like fool around with. Not knowing where you're going to sleep at night, not knowing where you're going to shower, not knowing what you're going to eat. No one wants to live like that. No one should live like that. So I say this to say, just stay hopeful, stay positive, be consistent.
I like consistency and persistency, for sure. But ma'am, did you just openly admit that you basically come out here and you cry wolf, and you basically use the fact that you're a woman, and then you act as if you're in distress in order to get certain outcomes and in order to ultimately make things go more in your favor, which is actually just manipulation when you really get down to it? Because we're going to break it down to what it really is. I'm sorry. And then you could take the information and you could feel how you want to feel about it, or, move accordingly. But that's basically what she just said. That basically, she said, get on there and start screaming, crying, acting a fool. And I think that that would actually extend to a lot of other situations to where people may get taken advantage of. Maybe even other situations where people may be able to escape responsibility and accountability. And she's showing that she actually knows that that is a tool that she can leverage to her advantage at any time she needs. That's what she just really showed, if you're really paying attention and if you're really decoding things for what they are and not being emotional, but filtering it through logic. Now, I next want to address, I said I was going to come back to it. The first woman we watched in this trio of clips, she said she got a 10-day eviction notice, and she decided to prioritize going to Chuck E. Cheese with her kid. She got a tent that you're going to be on the streets or in a shelter in 10 days. And the first thing that she thought to do was go spend some more money and go to Chuck E. Cheese. And I feel like she's trying to like have a moral victory, and that's why she came online. But ma'am, you have real things coming at you right now. I don't know if you're like, well, I'm about to be homeless, but I want to show everybody that I'm a good mother and that I'm going to prioritize my kid. That's not prioritizing your kid, because your first job as a parent is to make sure that your kids are in a stable situation, especially a stable living situation. It's not to make sure that they can go have Chuck E. Cheese time for an hour. So why would you go and spend some money knowing that you're about to get evicted in 10 days? Why is that the priority instead of prioritizing safety, prioritizing shelter, and prioritizing basic needs? It's really silly. And then when people end up in shelters and we see them in these situations, the first things that really should come to mind is, what were you prioritizing before you got in this situation? And I think we'll find a lot of cases are just like that. They get news and then they have time to be able to address it and to be able to plan accordingly, but they're off partying at Chuck E. Cheese and pool parties.
Finally, the day has come and I'm officially out of the homeless shelter and I am moving into my new apartment, guys. They found me a little studio up in Manhattan between the Bronx and Harlem.
Why is the economy so hard to make it in? Like, literally, why is everything so high? Food, gas.
Her caption was, life as a 25-year-old mother with 3 kids.
Necessities that you need every day is so fucking high. I'm a homeless 25-year-old mom with 3 kids under 6, and life is so hard right now with no assistance that we split $5 meal deals sometimes, or we'll let our kids eat and we'll go split a meal so that way that they can get full. That's how hard life is. It should not have to be like that. And not having no family or no fallback is not easy, y'all. That's why I'm glad I have a TikTok family and people that come across my videos that do support me, because I'm truly out here trying. I'm currently in Hollywood right now trying to catch some Instacart orders to get my babies what they need. I sold my phone a few days ago to be able to put a co-payment down on my daughter's dentist appointment because they don't have insurance and she has bad teeth. Before y'all ask why I haven't applied for state assistance, I have. They denied me and I reapplied. Now I'm just waiting to hear something back. So I pray I hear something by next week. Y'all.
So in closing, she said basically, when she was talking about her situation, saying that we're all going through it and life is just very hard, she closed it with, that's how hard life is and it shouldn't have to be that way. Then proceeded to say something that she had to take care of for one of her kids, which sounds like it's going to be some dental work. And dental work is always expensive, no matter how you slice it, dice it, and cut it, right? It's always expensive. So why should life have to be this way? I would argue it didn't have to be that way. If you only had to take care of yourself, I think that would be very achievable. But you chose to have 3 kids. So is life that way? Does life have to be that way? Or are we making decisions and we're making life that way? That's what we really have to address, because we just have to start being honest about these things and really having the conversation, especially if we want to start correcting things in mass. Listen, we may not be able to correct your situation necessarily because you're in it, but when we avoid talking about it and we avoid addressing the elephant in the room, then we see why it continues to happen and why the next generation falls right into that same trap. The trap that they put themselves in by sabotaging themselves before they really even have a chance to get out here and do anything. So life doesn't have to be hard. We put self-inflicted wounds on ourselves that make life hard. And I think that is a distinction, a very important distinction that we need to start bringing up and that we need to start bringing to the light. Y'all, before we end the clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. We'll leave it there. Only takes a second. Actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I am a smaller content creator and it was designed for smaller content creators, we get more points per hype. So your hypes go further when you support smaller content creators. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.